What is a good teacher? Welcome back to school. Hi and welcome to the vlog. Today it's a very special day. It is the first day of school. Basically, this is the first day when students come back to school after their long holiday. So it is the 2nd of September, which coincides at our school with the first day of school, and as in most countries, September and late August is the day when students return to school. Today I had just a full day with morning assembly, full classes later on in the day, but what really impressed me today was the flag raising and the flag march ceremony. It was just something that we don't do at home that much. I don't really remember doing this back home in Romania at all. Check this out. Actually, just a few days ago we had an even more interesting show. It was the students' military training demonstration, and we had grade 10 students who have just returned from their military training do like a parade demonstration, martial arts kind of thingy. It was crazy. I mean, it is something to see 14, 13-year-old boys jumping through hoops that are set on fire. Now that was something too. Check this out. Back to today and what happened. It was a typical regular back to school day with, you know, getting to know the new students, the students getting to know the new teacher, going to the library to get the books, running left and right and center to find things that are missing, completing paperwork, you know, just getting into the hang of things. Regular back to school day. But the start of the school got me thinking, what does actually make a good teacher? What is a good teacher? Right? What is a good teacher? So in today's vlog, I want to give you my opinion and my thoughts on what a good teacher really is and what are the 3 characteristics of a good teacher. But before, let's just do a bit of intro. I hope you enjoyed this awesome B-roll of Confucius, which is like overlooking the Confucius Square in our school, and now he's wearing these red robes just because it's the beginning of the year, so looks pretty fancy and it's just awesome. I mean, Confucius was an awesome guy. Alright, so this is what happened. I recorded the meat of the video before taking the B-roll at the end of the day, and in the meantime they have removed the cape. It's fine. So let's get into the meat of this vlog. What is a good teacher? Is a good teacher a teacher that is the source of all knowledge? Is a good teacher a person who can answer all questions and solve all problems? I don't know. I don't think so. We have Google for that, you know? I mean, there's so much stuff out there on the internet that a teacher cannot learn everything about every aspect of the subject he or she is teaching. So the teacher is no longer the source of the ultimate knowledge. That's Google. And when it comes to solving problems, unless it's a skill that you're learning in a lab, we have Khan Academy. there's nothing they can't explain. And many times they do it better than most random teachers. So a good teacher is not a teacher who has knowledge and is the source of knowledge. So if a good teacher doesn't have to do with knowledge, does it have to do with image? Is the teacher someone who dresses nicely, wears like a necktie, and just has an aura of wears glasses and has an aura of Mr. Know-it-all? Not to mention wearing cool socks. No, that's not what makes a good teacher. This stupid necktie, I kind of hate it, and I'm glad at our school this is not compulsory, but today was the first day of school and I kind of wanted to look smart in the pictures. This does not make me a good teacher. So what is then a good teacher? So in my humble opinion of a teacher with 17 years teaching experience in an international setting, a good teacher must have these three very, very important characteristics. First of all, a good teacher is not a teacher who, but a good teacher is a person who can inspire, encourage, and empower students. Let me say that again: inspire, encourage, and empower. Let me explain what I mean one by one. Love of learning, love of studying, love of wanting to know more does not come from textbooks and copybooks and worksheets. It actually comes from the inspiration the teacher can give to the students to want to do all these things: read, study, learn, acquire knowledge. And how do you do that? How can you inspire students to want to know more? Well, my theory is that this can be done through stories. For me, teaching is like storytelling. Sometimes I joke about it and I say that I don't actually have a job, they just pay me to tell stories. And that's exactly what I do. So a good teacher, even with very, very little experience, but with charisma and the story, can inspire students to strive for more, to want to know more, to learn more. This can be stories specific to the subject you're teaching, or they can be personal stories that inspire the students to push themselves even more to reach their academic goals. One of my favorite stories to tell the students is how I wanted to become a ninja after graduating from high school. And it's a great story, and I might even share it on this vlog at a later date. Inspiration comes through storytelling. A good teacher can inspire his or her students, and he can do that, she can do that through storytelling, telling a story. A good teacher's second characteristic, in my opinion, is his or her ability to encourage students to go above and beyond what they want to do, what they can do. Let me tell you something. Teachers just love having the pet students. There's always a teacher's pet in a classroom, the student that always does his or her homework, always does the work, carries the teacher's water, is always nice to the teacher, answers the teacher's questions. The teachers just love these students because it makes our job very, very easy. But while we focus on these high achievers, we tend to kind of ignore the other students, the students that need a little bit of extra attention. So in my opinion, a good teacher encourages risk-taking, encourages the students who are not motivated, who struggle, to try harder, to go above and beyond, to do the things that they think they cannot do. I know it sounds a bit abstract, and you might say, how can you do that if the students are just like bad students and they don't want to study? Well, it does not have to be school specific. The encouragement that you give can be outside of the school curriculum, and that can actually bring the student back into the school kind of like culture and system. So for example, I know most of my students, at least in Thailand, wanted to be YouTubers, and everyone was waiting for I don't know what, and I said, like, stop wanting to be a YouTuber and become one. Oh, I don't have a camera. You have a phone. Start recording that first video, upload it on YouTube, share it with your friends, wait for feedback, and do everything once again. Don't be afraid. Take some risks. That's a good teacher. A good teacher is a teacher who encourages students to take risks and do the things they always wanted to do, but they were afraid of doing because of various, reasons. And remember, it does not have to be subject specific. You can encourage the students to just be themselves and become better human beings. That's at number 2. And lastly, because we want to keep the list of characteristics of a good teacher short to 3, is empowerment. A good teacher is able to empower his students. Empower how? A good teacher gives the students space to explore, space to learn new things, space to make mistakes. In a good teacher's classroom, there's no such thing as, oh, your answer is wrong, but rather, do you have another opinion? Answers can be possible, probable, debatable, but never wrong. Think about that. How many times, if you're a teacher or if you have children and their teachers told your children that, oh, he got the wrong answer? How about rephrasing that and saying, how about these ideas? How about expanding on an answer rather than just cutting off that child's thinking and, willingness to study? I think being able to empower students, the high achievers, to do even more, the low achievers to reach higher and try more, the students who are in the middle and kind of like, cruise by and are unnoticed by everyone, empower them to find themselves, to find their passions and, excel in what they do. That's empowerment, and that's a good teacher. So let's wrap it up. A good teacher is a source of inspiration, encouragement, and empowerment. What do you think? If you're a teacher, are you a good teacher in which sense of the word? Are you inspiring, empowering, encouraging your students to be better, or are you just narrow-minded, thinking only of your subjects and wanting the students to do, what the textbook wants them to do, what the curriculum requires them to do, or rather what is best for them to develop as human beings, as young adults, as future entrepreneurs, as the future of the universe? I know I kind of went on a rant, but I think there is some truth. This is my truth, at least, and I truly believe in it, and I hope that all teachers in the world become teachers that inspire, encourage, and empower. Alright, this was vlog number 3. First day of school, first day of work for me. I hope it brought you some value. Until tomorrow, ciao. This is Voiku Mignia. you're still around, let me show you my office. There's nobody in the office. My desk is like Mulder's desk in the X-Files, in the corner at the far end of the office. This is my world. Alright, see you tomorrow. Ciao.